We'll be lucky if God doesn't kill 200 million Americans. That's why the elite are so scared and always trying to build armored compounds and live out in the countryside and have private jetways to escape at a minute's notice, because they know their spirit, even if they're not God-fearing, they can feel the judgment. They can feel the universal equilibrium of balance, looking at what they've done and realizing that they're going to get it. Now, the Washington Free Beacon dug this up. It's Rand Paul, mandatory vaccines, first step to martial law. And this is just out today, but it's from an interview with the senator, before he was a senator, with Rand Paul. So let's go ahead and go to this interview from InfoWars Nightly News.
Well, I mean, the first sort of thing you see with martial law is mandates, and they're talking about making it mandatory. I worry because the last flu vaccine we had in the 1970s, more people died from the vaccine than died from the swine flu. I think you have to use your brain, but I think every individual should be allowed to make that choice. For example, 20 years ago, my parents gave me smallpox vaccine, and I would do it again. You know, smallpox was an awful disease, and the vaccine wiped smallpox out of civilization, basically. The only people left with it are bioterrorism labs that have smallpox. I would have also taken the polio vaccine. I know a lot of people had polio, and we stopped it. But am I going to take the swine flu vaccine? Unlikely, until I'm certain that it's safe, and I'm not going to have my kids take it until I know it's safe. But I'm not absolutely saying that I won't take the vaccine, but I say you have to be careful. You have to weigh the risks of the disease versus the risks of the vaccine. But I'm not going to tell people who think it's a bad idea that they have to take it, because everybody should be allowed to make their own health care decisions. And that's the problem with allowing more and more government. There was a vaccine about 3 years ago for rotavirus. It's a diarrhea-type virus for children. They started giving the vaccine, but kids started dying from a blockage in their intestine, which they linked to the vaccine, but it took them 6 months to figure this out. And meanwhile, they had already talked about making it mandatory. The whole problem is not necessarily good versus bad on vaccines. It's whether it should be mandatory or the individual makes the decision. And sometimes you want to not be the first one to get a new procedure. You want to see if it works well before you choose.
That guy should be president. That's us interviewing him on the Nightly News, a TV interview here in Austin, Texas. That's the real Rand Paul, not the one that's trying to play politics. But he's a good guy, great guy. And, yeah, I would take the polio vaccine as well, except my mother got polio. My grandmother got polio from it right after she took it 3 weeks later. And she got the strain she was inoculated for. I mean, that's the problem, is that it's an impure science, and then the globalists have immunity, they're protected, and they have another agenda and have been caught spiking the vaccines. He's now going to be demonized for that video. I mean, you'll probably see this become a big issue during the campaign. Oh, my gosh, he's so horrible. He just gave a real historical, researched, factual analysis. Isn't that terrible? Everything he said was true. You need to really think through this, folks. Just like he said on MSNBC, he said, why do we give kids a sexually transmitted disease shot, hepatitis, when it's such a harsh vaccine? All right, I appreciate everybody holding. Let's go to George in Connecticut. George, you're on the air.
Hi, Alex. I had a question for Greg, but since he took off, it was basically on how historically they maybe give information to something like Joseph Stiglitz, what type of information they really give them. Maybe they don't realize this has been going on for a long time. But maybe the better question, since you got off on this religious tangent, I was into a religious spiritual state when I got a message that said if 100 Americans would at least repent for all the things that have happened, whether the abortions, the wars, the senseless wars that we killed millions, that things would change radically. I don't know if it's going to happen, but I had this when I was in church, and it kept coming back. And maybe it would be worth Americans start to repent, at least, even whether they believe it or not. If 100 Americans could get it, maybe 1,000 Americans then would try to do it.
Well, my dad's always said that. We should have a national day to repent that doesn't, for our real crimes, not hijacked by a bunch of glitterbug prostitute preachers. We need to just have a day where people privately repent and don't have some big thing on the mall and, we got some messianic leader up there. We need to just privately, like Christ said, I repent every day. I mean, I just do. And that's what my spirit feels like doing, because even though the average person would say I'm a very moral person, even studying this stuff to fight it is dirty. I mean, it's just, I'm immersed in evil, and I just can't believe these people wantonly want to serve evil. I just cannot figure it out. I mean, I know why they do it. It's just that it's so disgusting. Anything else, sir? Good points.
Yes, I was curious. I mean, I've been researching these banksters, how they manipulated the whole World War II situation all the way from 1918.
Oh, yeah, our government put Hitler in. It's a fact.
Though, I mean, I get it that the Zionists wanted the whole situation to happen so they could push everybody to Israel, and they didn't want certain types of Jews to be in the club type of thing. But why did they go after the Poles, for example, the intellectuals of the Poles? Was that similar to what they wanted to destroy Germany completely and turn it into an agricultural state? Is that the reason why they went after the Poles?
Well, I mean, there's a lot of factions, but yeah, the Rothschilds made people pay to get out of Germany.
When the day comes where the world changes forever, you can be ready at a moment's notice. With Survivalist Camps, the ultimate fully functional off-the-grid survival bug-out house that's completely mobile and ready to go. All the comforts of an RV, but custom built to outlast any other trailer. Learn more at survivalistcamps.com. Due to overwhelming response, limited inventory is available. Be ready with survivalistcamps.com. Survivalist Camps, providing your basic needs to survive.
Worried about getting sick and feeling terrible for days or even weeks? You need Immudyne for a healthy immune system. Why get sick and bother with products that just don't work? For just $1 a day, Immudyne is all natural and safe for all lifestyles. Call 866-257-8668 to buy now before it's too late, before you get sick. Or go to IMMUDYNE.com, Immudyne.com, or call 866-257-8668.
Hi, folks. Alex Jones here with some important information. I want to tell you about Matt Redhawk and his team of patriots over at My Patriot Supply. Several years ago, Matt was sitting in his 2-bedroom apartment, frustrated with the direction this country was headed and the charlatans willing to sell us out for a quick buck. Deciding to take action, a company run by patriots for patriots was born. My Patriot Supply has never taken a loan or accepted outside funding. They now operate 2 distribution facilities and employ over 50 hardworking American men and women. It is rare to find companies who practice what they preach. And that's why I stock my pantry with high-quality storable foods from My Patriot Supply. Go to mypatriotsupply.com/Alex today for special offers on emergency food storage, or call their preparedness specialist at 866-229-0927. That's 866-229-0927. Do business with someone who shares your values. mypatriotsupply.com/Alex.
Managing your business and customers isn't easy, huh? SnapForce customer relationship software may be just what you need. SnapForce CRM is a software solution that helps you manage everything important about your customers, from sales to marketing to service and support. All of your customer information is right there at your fingertips for easy access. It's time to take control of your business in a snap. Get your free trial at snapforce.com. That's SNAPFORCE.com. Snapforce.com.
I am a 47-year-old female and had a heart attack in 2005. This is Alice from New Jersey. I still get angina, even with 4 stents. I was taking nitro 2 or 3 times a week. The very first day after taking Heart and Body Extract, the chest pain was gone. Now I don't wear a nitro patch.
Learn the secrets of an effective, natural, 100% organic nutritional supplement for a healthy heart and circulation at hbextract.com.
Alex Jones here, back live. Well, I told you the White House Run Media Matters monitors us with at least 5 people in live time. They've said that. The George Soros-funded organization. They got leaked to Politico a few years ago. They like to infiltrate operations and destroy them from within. It's an intelligence operation of the banking cartels. Within 30 minutes of us talking about it, it's now on their website, Rand Paul's Alex Jones problem. See, they phrase it like, ooh, it's a problem that he was so eloquent on the dangers of vaccines, but also said that they were a major medical breakthrough that are a cost-benefit analysis. I mean, it's so presidential. what he had to say. So slick, so smooth, so accurate. Instead, it's like, oh, look, you're discredited. You're associated with Alex Jones. And you got Fox News attacking me. Because they know, folks, we're the model that will bring them down. I mean, it's sensational that Megyn Kelly says there's no side effects or danger. And that you cannot get the measles if you take the measles vaccine. And then it can give you 2 different types of measles, one of which can kill you on the insert. We covered this for a whole hour. And it's just he's a medical doctor, folks. He knows this. His dad's talked about it on air. I mean, it's a fact. The swine flu killed 10,000 plus people. Swine flu vaccine. I was a little kid when it was happening. My grandmother got polio 3 weeks after taking the polio vaccine and got the strain she was shot up for. Do you understand my grandmother has been on crutches since the 1950s because of you people? And it turned out Salk knew it had all that garbage in it. They cover up their mistakes. You know, it was in the London Guardian about 6 years ago that the German elite, the German government and British government and others, take, quote, clean or safe vaccines. I want access to those. I want what David Rockefeller gets. Instead, it's like Alex Jones is a caveman that lives in a cave, and he's really scared, and he doesn't think vaccines work. He thinks they got a secret vaccine fund. They got secret courts to cover this stuff up. It's a wasteland. How many medical doctors like Blaylock do I have to get on to break this down, or Sherry Tenpenny? And this is now going to be the big fight, folks. They're making it the big fight. Not the open borders, not all the illegals being brought in with diseases. Vaccination debate flares in GOP presidential, alarming medical experts. Measles proves delicate issue for GOP field. I would advise Rand Paul and others to own this and come out and say, yeah, I'm a medical doctor. I've seen a lot of the horrors of bad vaccines. And we need to, you know, we're giving kids way more than we ever given them. It's never been mandatory. I believe in some vaccines, but, you know, we need to just stop having liability protection because there's just too many problems. We need watchdogs, consumer protection, just like we have on everything else. And there is labeling of the vaccines, but no one's given the labeling. You want GMO labeling? How about this? How about you read all the ways it can kill you? Okay? How about that? How it's linked to allergies and heart problems and everything else. I mean, you can read where they admit it. They tell you, this can kill you. Then they try to hide it from you. We're going to go to break, come back, take a few calls in overdrive from Dave on Saudi Arabia, Joseph and Alan at least. We'll try to get to Anthony. We'll get to Alan, Joseph, and Dave. Briefly, it is the last day. Yesterday was supposed to be the last day. This is the last day. We're extending it until the end of the show. Maybe 2:30 today, got 30 minutes. Free shipping on all the great water filtration systems of the very best out there. The Pro, Pure G2, gravity-fed stainless steel, 10% off promo code WATER, and free shipping. Nobody can beat that deal. That is the lowest deal by light years. The Pro 1 free shipping, it's an excellent lower-cost filtration system. We got a bunch of shower filters, reverse osmosis. Shop with the good guys, ladies and gentlemen, and help fund this operation. We don't come with a gun like the government and take the money from you with the property tax or whatever. We're just here saying if you believe in us, we try to bring you high-quality products. Shop with us, InfoWarsStore.com or 888-253-3139. And this is the last day to get a PrisonPlanet.tv membership, like 45% off, basically, and to share that with friends and family as well. PrisonPlanet.tv, and thank you all for your support. We'll go to break, come back, and take a few calls. For most stations, the show is over. God bless you all.
Genesis Communications Radio Network.
Used since before the days of the Roman Empire to support the body's natural systems and enhance overall health. Introducing the new InfoWarsLife.com oil of oregano formulation, a highly advanced nutraceutical form of this key herb that has been traditionally used by civilizations for thousands of years to promote health. We have now procured the most high quality and potent forms of oregano oil on the market, sourced from top leading manufacturers to ensure a concentrated level of bioactive ingredients. Extracted directly from the wild herb and sealed in easy-to-use capsules, you will no longer need to endure the burning of liquid oregano on the tongue. Wild crafted from the Mediterranean oregano species that experts agree is one of the most powerful and most challenging to acquire. This winter season, it's more important than ever to secure this true form of oil of oregano. Now available in our limited first run at InfoWarsLife.com. That's InfoWarsLife.com or call 888-253-3139.